Phones off, please. Yesterday afternoon, I asked 3 times, and then I got fed up of asking, and after that another 4 times. There were photos and phones. What does that indicate? Maybe devotees are not hearing very carefully, or they don't care, or whatever it is, it's not very encouraging. Are you recording? Okay. I'm not going to speak on any of these topics which I gave you. I'm just going to give a short talk now on why this talk is late and why it's going to be short. Some instruction is going to be imparted. You might not notice, but there is a smell of gas, an unpleasant smell. If you don't notice, it's because you've become inured to it. That means you got used to it. When I came down and I smelled that very strong smell, I thought this could be dangerous. Most things that smell bad are to a greater or lesser degree toxic. And toxic gas can kill. Just like more than 20 years ago in the city of Bhopal in India, there was a major chemical factory. During the night, there was a gas leak from the chemical factory. Many people in the vicinity didn't wake up the next morning. They simply breathing that gas in their sleep, they died. They may think, well, we're just being too overly fearful. It's not such a big thing. Krishna will protect us. It's like sometimes devotees, you ask them to put the seat belt and say, no, I said Nrsimha prayers. Krishna will protect. Driving recklessly and saying, well, I said Nrsimha prayers, so Krishna will protect. I can see so many old men who have great difficulty sitting on the floor, sitting on the chairs here. He must be at least, 25 years old. Sit on the floor, unless you have some compelling reason not to. So Krishna, one way he protects is by giving knowledge and intelligence. Recently, both in the United States of America and in India, there have been very serious train crashes. In both cases, actually there were 2 in America. In all the cases, there were warnings that the safety measures are being breached, but those who should have taken action didn't. They were aware that there is risk. But our tendency is to think, well, it'll be all right. Again, an example from driving. Someone is driving too fast, and you say, slow down. You say, no, I've been driving for 20 years, I never had an accident. There are many people who have been driving for 20 years who get in accidents. So when warning signs are there, we should take note. During the time of COVID, some devotees said we could have one festival in one of our temples. No one will find out. We'll do it inside, and we'll invite so many devotees live close to the temple, we'll invite them all. So I went. We were all fed up of being locked down, so I went surreptitiously. It means clandestinely, without making myself seen. I got there for the festival. And it was a nice festival, good festival. But afterwards, so many of the attendees, including myself, got COVID. So in English there's a saying, you probably have a similar saying in Russian, better safe than sorry. Now that doesn't mean we should have a phobia about everything. In one sense, everything is a risk. There is danger at every step. I don't expect it, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility that someone sitting here will pull out a gun and start shooting everyone. Such events are becoming a common pastime in America. And American fashions spread all over the world. So it's going on in other countries. Recently in Russia also, I believe, there was something like that. In Kazan. Yeah, someone just pulls out a gun and starts shooting everyone. So it may be that people will become more and more afraid just to go into cities because they'll become so dangerous. Anyway, I'm just making the point that as we know from Bhagavatam, padam padam yad vipadam na tesham, there's danger in every step. So we shouldn't be ridiculously cautious, but we should take necessary precautions. It's very unlikely that this gas would kill us all, but we just don't know. It could have adverse health effects. Maybe we'll all get coughs or rashes or something. We don't know. The effect, we're sitting and thinking it's all right, but we don't know. After 1 or 2 days, we could become sick. So I've put some pressure on Sankirtan Guru Prabhu to make arrangements so that probably toxic gas smell doesn't come. So as I said, this would be a short talk. There's no direct spiritual instruction, but some practical instruction on how we can live in Krishna's service. Hare Krishna. That's it. That's all for now. Go outside and breathe some fresh air and hope it's not too polluted. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol.